I think being vegan sucks. It's too restrictive, the food tastes bad, and you miss out on a ton of nutrients. That's why I traveled to the most vegan city to see if my mind could be changed. Whether it's a vegan strip club or a gym that's powered by bikes, Portland, Oregon has everything a vegan needs, and from the looks of it, everything I hate. To see if my opinion on veganism can be changed, we'll start off with some fast food. This is Faceplant, and it's a fast food restaurant. On the surface, it looks like your average fast food chain. I mean, there's cars in the drive-thru, the people probably smell, and they don't need the food they're actually getting. However, this actually used to be a McDonald's, but earlier this year was transformed into this. It became one of the country's only fully vegan fast food restaurants. They have fries, milkshakes, and even burgers, but obviously it's not real meat. It's all vegan. I can only imagine how bad it's gonna taste, so let's go try it out. Okay, so my order was made at the suggestion of the person behind the counter, so if it sucks, it's fully on her. And the people who created this place. We got a double fancy, fries, nuggets, and a cold brew milkshake. It smells really good. Like, if I didn't know, I wouldn't think that this is vegan. I think this is regular food. And I also got chicken nuggets. I don't know how they did this. I really don't. This meal is bigger than the bodies on the Kardashians. This is, I'm a little nervous. First up, the cold brew milkshake. That's thicker than a Kardashian. That is hard to drink. Ooh. Yo, am I about to witness my vegan arc right here? That was really good. I'm supposed to be anti-vegan. Nugget with ketchup. Is ketchup vegan? Must be. They wouldn't be using it. Okay. Texturally, no, it's kind of mushy. But taste-wise, it's really good. This is the double fancy. Now, they say that everything is vegan, but of course they don't put the calories on the menu. This tells me one thing. They obviously care way more about animals than they do people, because this meal itself will probably give me diabetes. I don't know the calorie count, a little bit anxious about that, but it's vegan, right? So it's good for me. No, I'm kidding. It tastes like a McDonald's burger. If you were to give this to me and not tell me that it was vegan, I probably wouldn't know. The only thing that's different is the texture. So if you look here, it's a little bit mushier than a regular burger because it's kind of falling apart. And it was the same for the chicken nuggets too. So like texturally, it's a bit off, but it's the closest thing you could probably get to having a burger that's not actually a burger. Now you might be wondering, what classifies something as vegan? Well, if I was to explain all the things you can't eat and can't use, it would probably make this video 7 days long. So, to skip the Harry Potter book of reasons, let me just simplify it. Vegan food means it contains zero animal products nor ingredients derived from animals. This means no meat, fish, milk, cheese, buttercream, eggs, or even honey, since it technically comes from bees. Could you imagine that? Listen, I don't kill bugs, but even that's a little extreme. Think of it like this. Vegans are essentially like furries. They both care way too much about animals. Just one puts things in animals and the other one won't eat anything that comes from it. So I guess I'm a furry for the weekend. What I've always wanted. However, with all these restrictions, the people of Portland do make it a bit easier by having things like a fully vegan grocery store. It's called Food Fight. That's just how I imagine it's read, because it has an exclamation part on the side of it. I hope I cut that out. It's called Food Fight. It's called Food Fight. There's no way to say this without sounding weird. I did check their website before I came here, and I threw up in my mouth a little bit. For some reason, they have a bunch of stickers for sale, so let's just read some of these.
Vegan means me trying to suck less.
What kind of an asshole eats a lamb?
Both of these are fucking sold out. They're sold out. Actually, there was only one that didn't sell out, and there was one that reads, "I'm vegan, and I poop 3 times a day, minimum." My God, do we need to bring bullying back? But jokes aside, this is one of the many reasons why people don't like vegans. They're very judgmental of people who don't follow in their ways. I mean, these stickers are essentially saying if you eat meat, you're an asshole who sucks. So how am I supposed to like a person who's saying that about me? Well, at least today I'm not going to be an asshole who sucks, so let's go check it out.
Vegan means me trying to suck less.
Well, at least today I'm not going to be an asshole who sucks, so let's go check it out. Vegan food means me trying to suck less. 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 Vegan food means me trying to This is powdered oat milk. Why is that a thing? Oh, hell yeah, a bag of dicks. Nice. Hey, if it's vegan friendly, why not, right? Listen, I'm not trying to hate, but I think putting this in a bag makes it a lot worse. I'm sure it's vegan, but I don't know if it's delicious. I mean, even their floss picks are vegan. Yo, we got vegan Twinkies before GTA 6. Fuck factory farms. How do I do that? Canned vegan tuna? Are you serious? Even worse. Roast beef. Oh, that's cute. They called it unmeat. Get it? Because it's not meat, but it's unmeat. Boy, oh boy, did I get some goodies. I am excited. Honestly, the people inside and outside and the people I've met, they have been very nice. Not judgmental at all and just overall kind people. That's why I am reciprocating it back. I'm becoming one of them. I'm sitting on the grass. I'm wearing my food fight merch. I bought a sticker. I'm vegan and I pooped 3 times today. Also, fake meat saves lives, you know. The whole shebang. I fit right in.
I got life in the trunk. 30 stacks in my pockets. Chopper in the backseat. My young gon' pop it.
But the real question is, what did I get from this fully vegan grocery store? Well, I didn't want to get much because we have something big planned later, so I just got a few small things. Firstly, I got a vegan energy drink. It's called Be Goat. I already thought I was the goat, but I guess not. Non-GMO, 6 ingredients, vegan, gluten-free, plant. Boring. How's it gonna taste? Is it gonna give me energy? 200 milligrams of caffeine. I got the passion fruit flavor. Has this cute little slogan on it, be your greatest of all time. Aww. It's so cute. Let's try this first. That smells refreshing. It tastes like the grass that I'm sitting on. Yeah, no, back to gorilla mines. No. Sorry. I'd rather be a gorilla than be a goat. Use code FOX at checkout for 10% off. Anyways, I then got some Sweet Mesquite jerky. And this was recommended to me by the lady who worked there. Listen, plant-based beef jerky. Those are 3 words that should never go together, like and weight loss, but they do. Oh boy, that does not look good at all. I am sorry to all the vegans. Listen, I got a lot of respect for you, but how are you eating this? This looks like chewed up dog food. Truthfully, it's not bad. It's chewier than regular beef jerky. Honestly, pretty decent. 60 calories per serving with 5 grams of protein. Again though, not really for me. If you're someone who eats meat regularly, you're probably not gonna like this. And then I ended up getting the vegan Twinkies. I had to get these. How could I not? I'm American, right? We love Twinkies. Allergen-friendly golden sponge cake with creamy filling. Ooh. That sounds delightful. Quite literally just a Twinkie, but vegan. Truthfully, I think it tastes better than a Twinkie. That's another win for vegans. Way to go. I'm proud of you. You did it. You've made the staple fattening food of America, or at least one of them, made it healthier and taste better. How did you do it? Oh shit, there's a bee trying to eat my Twinkie. Listen, I ain't no real vegan. I'll fucking kill you.
Don't touch my fucking Twinkie.
But I'm not too concerned about the taste of the food. What I am concerned about is how it's gonna make me feel. How is this gonna fuel my body? Tomorrow, we're going to a gym called the Green Micro Gym, and I am very excited to check it out. This is a gym that has bikes that members can use that powers the facility, because everyone in Portland is of course very eco-friendly. As a matter of fact, Portland is labeled as one of the greenest cities where everyone has high values on the environment. This, of course, is one of the positives to being vegan, is that it is, of course, better for the animals and the environment, so I'll give them that. I still am gonna eat a burger when I get back to New York, but, I can't deny that. However, like I mentioned, I'm excited to try out this gym. I really am. I've been looking at it for a while, so I'm praying that this food doesn't ruin my experience. I'm hoping that it gives me a good workout. Not a good experience. I'm scared to leave my hotel room. Which, speaking of food, what are we eating next? In the beginning of the video, I mentioned that vegan food is restrictive. So, I want to see if I could still get my favorite food while being a vegan. If I can, would this food taste any good? However, we couldn't eat just yet, because on the drive back to my hotel, we found a vegan festival that also had a deadlift competition for some reason. I don't know what that was doing there. I really don't. But luckily for us, we were able to interview some people here at this festival to learn more about the vegan lifestyle. One had family who were vegans, some ran a vegan business, and another owned his own vegan restaurant. Here's what they had to say.
I've been vegan for about 13 years now. A lot of it was like for health reasons, but I'm also a big animal lover, and so just kind of like my compassion and advocacy towards like animals was just kind of like overall a stronger pull for me to actually just completely go vegan.
Both of you guys said that you guys aren't vegan, but you guys own a vegan business. Why do you guys do that?
Well, we really like plant-based alternatives. It's like way more fun to experiment with vegan options.
I also just really love vegan food. I eat at a lot of vegan restaurants here in town, even though I'm not strictly vegan. I have a lot of vegan friends who I eat with and end up cooking for too, so.
I'm not vegan myself, but my mom and my sister are, so they kind of like by association showed me a lot of vegan spots, and yeah, it's really interesting to see the difference in food.
Does it clash that you're not a vegan and they are? Does that create difficulties when you go out to eat at a place, or however, does it make it difficult to kind of, do things with them when they are vegan?
Vegan is like a concept, you know what I mean? Like realistically, just anything without any animal derivatives is vegan. So you can eat like a salad, you can eat like beans, you can eat lentils and whatnot.
So it's not as restrictive as it really seems, is what you're saying?
Not at all.
Something that a lot of people say towards vegans who might not know somebody who is vegan is that they're judgmental towards people who don't follow in their ways. So if you were to speak to me or see me eating meat, so to say, would you be against that? Would you judge me?
Absolutely not. Nope. I think to each their own. I think for me, like my approach is definitely like harm reduction. I'm not gonna judge you for your choices, but I mean, I'm gonna eat my way, and if you want to try some stuff, I'm definitely happy to share and definitely happy to, help you on your journey if that's what you want, but I'm also not going to like force anybody to do anything they don't want to do.
When you go out with your vegan friends, you don't find it challenging to, if you were to get meat, that they would look at you differently or anything like that?
I would say I have one or two vegan friends who definitely they wouldn't disown me, but they don't love it.
So they're not they look down upon you for eating meat?
I think they just think it's gross. It's like if you really didn't like onions and then the person next to you ordered French onion soup, and you'd be like, oh, I'm not gonna hate on you, but I hate the way that smells right now. Yeah.
I try not to judge people. For me, veganism is a movement based in compassion, and not everybody's gonna make the same choices as me. Obviously, I would prefer it to be vegan, but I'm not here to tell you how to live your life.
Hearing these people's stories really began to change my opinion on the vegan lifestyle. Nobody was judgmental of my choices, so why would I be of theirs? Although this wasn't about their life, this was about my experience with veganism, which was about to continue. My favorite kind of cuisine is Asian food. The warm taste of dumplings, the crunch when you bite into some fried wontons, it's the best. So, could I still get my favorite food as a vegan, or is this something that would be restricted? Well, luckily we found a place that makes fully vegan Asian food, and it's called Jade Rabbit. Will it be good? I have no idea. The one thing I have to say though is that these people are more attached to their food than Diddy is to baby oil. They have an obsession. Most places in other parts of the world are just like, hey, we make food. It's good. But the places here, they all have insanely deep backstories. It all started in 1997 when we rescued 10 kittens, 95 goats, didn't harm a single one of them, and then found our love for food. I did just make that story up, but it sounds pretty insane. Now hopefully the food is just as insane, so let's go check it out. And listen, I'm still not convinced about veganism yet. I still think that it sucks. But I will make a deal with you guys. If my opinion can be successfully changed by the end, I will get a vegan tattoo. It for some reason exists, so why would I not get it if I'm gonna be supporting the vegans? Hopefully I don't have to get a fucking piece of broccoli or something like that. This place is packed. I haven't seen this many vegans, ever. Just what I said too. Their menu has an entire lore section. I only care if the food is good. Alright, yeah, this food would fool me. I'm definitely getting catfished here because this is all fake, but it looks delicious. It's funny how this food is in the shape of a bunny, but they don't eat bunnies, so. Nobody. No. Oh yeah. Nobody eats bunnies. I'm gonna eat this bunny. I think this is supposed to be pork. Ooh, oh, that is really good. Let's try a crab rangoon with fake crab. Oh my god, that's some good stuff. That's impressive.
Glad you're liking it. They hand fold all the wontons every day. They won't let me do them because I can't do them pretty enough.
Hey, they look like they're made with love, so looks great. From the crunchiness to even the taste, this food was great. So far, veganism passed the test when it came to how restrictive it was. However, there was another issue that I spoke about that we plan to explore on day 2. All right, it's day 2. Let's recap day 1. So I have to admit, a lot of the food we had was actually really good. The taste was either close enough to the real thing or good enough to eat, so that didn't really give me any issues. The only thing that I feel like they get wrong with this vegan food is the texture. If you're somebody who's been vegan for a long time, you'll probably not realize the difference, but if you have this regular food like burgers and chicken, you're gonna realize it's a bit different. However, today, we're not too concerned with the taste of the food. I can agree that if you're in a city like Portland where there's so many vegan options, you're really not restricted, but are you getting the right nutrients? For me, I hope you can tell, but I'm obviously into the gym and I try and eat a good amount of protein every day. One of the issues with being vegan is it's hard to actually get that protein. There are quite a few options that vegans go for which are high in protein, although they're not lean sources. You can have real chicken and that could be 99% fat-free, but then you have something like tofu and that has fats and carbs inside of it as well. So today, that's my goal. I want to see, can I follow a high protein diet while being vegan? Alongside that, we're hitting the gym today, so let's go get some fuel inside me and see if it could fuel a good workout. The one thing that I would imagine will be an issue is that the majority of places that we've been to, they haven't had the calories or nutrition info on the menus. So what does this mean? It's gonna be really hard to actually track my protein, which I'd imagine is a struggle for any vegan. I got the bibimbap. I have no idea how to pronounce it, but it's fun to say. So the only issue I do have is I couldn't really see the nutrition for the food, so I don't know how much protein is inside this, but it looks great. It's tempeh, I don't know how to say that again. I look like an idiot. I sound like an idiot. Also got this super foodie, it's called super foodie. I'm not just saying, it's super foodie, that's the name of it. It's a smoothie and I put pea protein inside of it. Then we also got these protein balls. I have no idea how much protein is inside this, but I was sold. It has oats, almond butter, maple syrup, vanilla, salt, cinnamon, chocolate chips, house-made coconut bacon. House-made coconut bacon. Coconut bacon, house-made, not real bacon. What part of the pig is that? First I'm gonna go with the smoothie. Let's see how this is. Okay, that's delicious. Does not taste like there's pea in it. Pea protein. That's refreshing. Let's try the balls. Looks like something a toddler would make, but as long as it's got protein in it, who cares? Coconut bacon. Fucking good. I don't even know if you can see where the bacon would be, or the coconut bacon, but it tastes great. It's like sweet and savory. Again, the only thing is that I don't know how much protein is actually in this meal. I couldn't find the nutrition info online, so I'm just gonna estimate around 40 grams. I know tempeh is one of the most popular forms of protein for vegans, so. Oh, but that's good. I've never had tempeh before. I'm saying it differently and wrong every single time. I'm just using different forms in case I accidentally get it right one time. Gotta say, I'm very impressed by vegan food. I haven't had a single bad meal yet. Like, if I didn't know, I would genuinely think that there is meat in this too. Like, when you're having a bowl that's with a bunch of ingredients, you're not gonna really be able to tell because you're just getting the flavors. And when the flavors are on point, it's not gonna really make a difference. Like I said, the only difference is gonna be if I'm able to get that protein in. So let's just say we're at 40 grams right now and we need to get to 150. So we got a ways to go. For now, I'm gonna enjoy this so we can get to the gym. I was hoping that this food would help me inside the gym, as next we were going to the Green Micro Gym to check out all of their eco-friendly amenities. However, I was going for protein, but I didn't account for one thing: fiber. You have to realize, while some vegan food lacks other nutrients, it makes up for it in fiber since a lot of it is made from plants. Going from my regular diet to now this? Well, just take your best guess on what was happening to me. Take your best guess. Alright guys, we've got an issue. Earlier when I had that meal, I had it at about 12 p.m. Look at the time now. It's now 2:41. Now, I know you're saying, aren't you supposed to be at the gym? My stomach has been in such pain. I don't know if it's because of the amount of food, the quality of food. Maybe I'm just not used to this type of food. I really, maybe it's the coconut bacon. Listen, I do have to give a lot of credit to the people who eat this vegan food regularly and then just go about their lives every single day, because they have more confidence in their stomach than a naked old dude in the locker room. I mean, this is not treating me right. I'm gonna try and get to the gym though. Hopefully not have a shitty workout. Get it? After another hour and a few toilet paper rolls later, we finally made it to the gym. Sadly, our issues weren't over just yet, because we were about to have our entire plans thrown off. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. A few days ago, I contacted the owner of this gym and I said, hey, I'd love to check out your gym, get a day pass, explore it, see the bikes that power the facility. It sounds really interesting. He never messaged me back. That wouldn't normally be an issue because I'm used to rejection, it happens, but it's an issue now because now I can't get inside the gym. Who would have thought that the food wouldn't be the thing that's restrictive here, but rather the gym. A gym that I can't access that I was looking forward to accessing, so what are we gonna do next? Well, I definitely was not ready to give up on seeing this gym, so I emailed the owner yet again. Tomorrow, he's supposed to be there, so either way, we're gonna see this gym. Luckily, in Portland, there's so much outdoor space for activity. Over 90% of Portland residents live within a 10-minute walk of a park. It's actually said that doctors here are increasingly giving out park prescriptions. These are typically given out to people who deal with anxiety, depression, and ADHD. I mean, it's essentially the nicest way of telling someone to go touch grass. However, with this information, I went on a beautiful hike and was surrounded by tons of nature, even seeing a waterfall for the first time in my life. It was okay. I mean, it wasn't any gym with electric bikes, but it was alright. Alright, so I didn't lift, but I still got some activity in because there are a lot of spaces for that in Portland. Now, this should mean that a lot of the people of Portland are in shape, but they're around. They're not in actual shape. I gotta be honest. I didn't see one jacked person in my entire trip here. Again, I'm not making fun of anybody. It's just weird to see a fat vegan. That sounds like I'm making fun of them, but I'm really not. I feel like the majority of people are either fat, skinny, or skinny fat. However, I feel like this has to do with our goal today, which is getting in protein. It is hard to do, I'm gonna be honest. At first, I didn't really think so, but then I started looking at the macros of things like protein bars and protein shakes. These are both vegan. Now, this shake here, it has 35 grams of protein. That sounds great, right? That's a really good amount. However, it also has 400 calories, which is a ridiculous amount. The same goes for the protein bars. This is one of the best macros I found for them, but a lot of plant-based bars, they don't really have the best macros. They'll typically be higher in calories and then lower in protein, so it's harder to get that protein in and not keep your calories low as well. Plus, a lot of them taste like, not grass, but ass. So the one takeaway from this is that it probably isn't too difficult to get your protein in if you're really trying to and you're actively, seeking out the best options, but I feel like it would be hard to diet while keeping your protein high. Veganism lacks a lot of lean protein sources, so I feel like unless you're slamming protein shakes, it's gonna be hard. I got two flavors, apple cinnamon and chocolate brownie. These two together come out to 480 calories and 30 grams of protein. Mixed with this is another 400 calories and another 35 grams of protein. Luckily, I can do third grade math, so that comes out to 65 grams of protein and 880 calories. That means absolutely nothing if this tastes like cat litter though, am I right? So let's explore it. Okay, well it looks like a piece of dog shit. What is this? It's not horrible. Naturally, I mean, every single bar you get, everything you get, they always have a story. It can't just be like, yeah, we like food and we want to get jacked, so here, have our protein bars. It's got to be. Amrita Foods was created based on my son's journey with autism and using. I sound like an asshole now. I didn't read the story beforehand. Fuck. I'm sorry. I sound like an ass. I really should have read the story beforehand. This is a very wholesome story. I love these bars. I'm just gonna eat these and shut up. Honestly, those bars are probably some of the best plant-based protein bars I've ever had. I don't have them often because I'm normal, but those are pretty good. Huel, on the other hand, let's see, strawberry banana. Ooh, that's good too. That's very refreshing. But I gotta be real here. Portland is really throwing me off with the taste of their food. It's really just the macros that are kind of a letdown. This being 880 calories and only 65 grams of protein is a little bit difficult. Combo that with the food we had earlier, I'm assuming we're gonna be at probably around 1,800 to 2,000 calories, and we're only at an estimate of 105 grams of protein. Again, an estimate because the food that we're getting, they don't seem to include the nutrition on the menus. And just like that, I am fueled by Hueled. It's Huel. I just said Hueled, so it rhymed. Hopefully this doesn't ruin my stomach like the other food we've had, but there's only one way to find out. Not only were the protein sources naturally higher in calories, but it was also hard to find higher protein options when eating out. For us gym bros, we could always just grab some Chipotle, do double chicken, and call it a day. However, the options for things like that for a vegan were limited. Alright, I'm gonna be honest, this was a lot harder than I thought. I finally found a place where I can find the nutrition info online. It was called Laughing Planet. I got a tofu bowl, and my girlfriend, she got a steak bowl from Chipotle. Guess you could see who wears the pants in this relationship. I've never felt less like a man in my life. But I have to be honest, it does look and smell good. Now, I've never really had tofu before, so it's gonna be interesting to see. But I like what I'm smelling. With this meal though, this is only 22 grams of protein. I looked all over. It's so hard to get your protein in as a vegan, I'm gonna be honest. For our goal, we failed. With this bowl, I'll be at 127 grams of protein. Have to say, the protein hunt for veganism, I'm let down. But I'm gonna enjoy this while watching a movie tonight and just relax. I'm watching the entire Marvel Cinematic Universe, if anybody cares. Which is kind of fitting because I fucking feel like Groot after this weekend. Just a tree. I'm gonna dig in, gonna finish off this night, and I'll check in tomorrow. Got some things I wanna say. And we'll figure out if I'm gonna get this vegan tattoo or not. From my experience so far, the food isn't restrictive, doesn't suck, but it is hard to get some nutrients in. Yet it wouldn't just be the lack of protein that ruins this vegan trip. Alright guys, we have some unfortunate news that's kind of ruining the plans that I had. But first, I got some vegan pizza. Now this looks fantastic. Also got a side of vegan buffalo wings. Gonna be real, they're not in the shape of wings, they're like little circles, but vegan buffalo circles? I don't care. They actually look and smell really good. Let's give it a taste, and then I'll explain the bad news. Tell me you wouldn't eat this. Listen, I don't care how anti-vegan you are. If you see this, you can't deny that this looks better than the majority of other pizzas that you'll probably get. Okay, so my biggest issue with all the food so far is the texture, but the texture on this is spot on. It's crunchy, it's creamy, it's really good. It's surprising how they get it like this because obviously the cheese can't be regular cheese, it needs to be vegan cheese, and the dough that makes the pizza can't have eggs in it. That's really fucking good. Ooh, this is probably the best item we've had on the trip so far. Buffalo wings. I don't know. This I can't imagine being good, but let's see. I'm mad at how much I actually like this. The texture of these two foods are on par with the regular food. But now, what was our issue? What ruined my plans? Well, one of the things I was extremely excited for about this trip was the Green Micro Gym. A few days before I arrived, I emailed the owner Dan and I asked him if I can come in and just explore the place, film it, I'll buy a day pass, I'll pay whatever I need to do. I want to just see the bikes. Dan never answered me. It was a weekday. Never got back to me. He ghosted me. So again, I emailed him and I said, hey, I'm outside your place. I want to come and check it out and I want to see what's up with it. I want to check out these bikes. I sent Dan a very nice and long message and I explained that I would not film any members and I would be very quick. All he says was, we don't offer day passes. Sent from my iPhone. I said, okay, Dan, well, what do I need to do to get in? I'll be quick. I'll be 15 minutes. I'll just want to check out the bikes and that's it. He says, sorry, maybe I should elaborate. I'm on vacation. I appreciate your interest, but neither me nor my members want you filming in the gym. I should have known that you were on vacation. But I think this is a common theme with the gyms in Portland. In Portland, there's a lot of places to exercise outside, the weather is beautiful, and it's very bike friendly. Because of that, I don't think that there's many good gyms. I tried looking and they really seem to be falling under that same category as the Green Micro Gym. Very exclusive while being inclusive and not gym bro friendly. Let me read what one gym had on their website. Ready for a change? Zero intimidation. Typical gym bros, poor past experiences, and lack of experience can be intimidating. We reject gym bro culture, foster learning, and build confidence. Then they had a lot of other stuff on here. No weight talk. There's too much weight talk in the fitness industry. I don't know. It's like every gym out here is a Planet Fitness. So maybe it worked out because we're able to focus more on the food rather than the fitness side of things, because I guess the fitness side of things aren't too strong here. I mean, that's why I said a lot of the people here aren't really in the best shape. At the start of the video, I made some claims about veganism. I said it was restrictive, I said the food tastes bad, and that it was hard to get nutrients in. Has my mind been changed after spending a weekend in the most vegan city in all of America? Well, honestly, it really has. When it comes to it being restricting, I could almost get any food that I really wanted. There were so many options for vegan food in Portland. Does that mean that anywhere in the world will have the same accessibility? No, but a city like this, it sure does. As for the taste, I mean, every food I really had was either great tasting or tasted close enough to the original that I would eat it. Of course, the only issue being the texture of the food, which we covered before. So if you could get past that, you'll be able to eat vegan food. So it's not restrictive, the food doesn't taste bad, but what about the nutrients? That's the only thing I find and found to be very difficult. I couldn't really get my protein in or at least track it, so it makes it a lot more difficult. If you're somebody who's trying to go out and eat out with your family, that's gonna be more challenging as well. Every place that my girlfriend mentioned to me, I had to cross-check 19 times. Are you sure it's vegan? Are you sure it's vegan? Are you sure it's vegan? And if I didn't eat vegan, I'd be fine, but I mean, these other people would be fine if they didn't eat vegan too, but it's more of a mindset thing. Which, speaking of that, I really feel like vegan is a spectrum. That's what I mean when I say vegan people are on the spectrum. Before this, I felt like every vegan would just look down upon you if you ate a steak, but I don't think that's the case. However, there are some extreme cases. For example, in that food fight place, they had egg censored, as if it were a slur or something like that. You stupid fucking egg. That would offend them, I think. Overall, my experience was really good. Now, does this mean I'm gonna be vegan from here on out? Fuck no, but it does mean I gotta get something. I mentioned veganism was a spectrum, meaning that some vegans will just not eat anything containing animal products. Then there's some cases where they won't use anything that has any ingredient coming from an animal. Some places in Portland have vegan ink, so what better way to end off this trip than by getting a vegan tattoo from a vegan? Let's do it. I'll have a piece of vegan on and in me forever.
Yeah, I've been vegan, vegetarian in Portland for 25 years and it's never gone back. It's pretty easy to be vegan here. Also, like, people think you have to be like 100% hardcore vegan. It's like, it's okay to not be that way also. Like, you can do it part-time.
The food tasted great. I couldn't even really tell if it was vegan, which I feel like a lot of people think, okay, yeah, they eat grass or something like that, but it's like, it really wasn't and it tasted great.
Yeah.
But the only issue I found was like, I struggled to get a good amount of protein in.
Yeah.
I found it a little difficult. The grand reveal, yeah. Nice. That looks sick. That was my experience with the most vegan city. Click the screen now to see the unhealthiest city.